thank you very much for taking the time.
Well, you're sitting up high and I'm sitting down low. That's okay.
Yeah, that's different. I didn't expect that to happen.
No, that's all right.
Since you mentioned that, I'll go right into my first actual question. You and Alan are now in the same campaign against each other, and I understand that you have challenged her to several debates. Has she responded? Is there anything happening with that? Anything lined up?
Well, the reason I asked for a debate is that many times in politics, and as you know, David, it depends on who has the most money. Mm-hmm. And I don't as much as she does. Secondly, I think that it is the best thing for voters to really know the facts, know the candidate's voting record, because that speaks louder than
that's everything. Sure, absolutely.
And know our voting record, get to see us, get to see how we react to questions for truthfulness and transparency, and to make a decision. So the best way to do that is to have a debate. So I have challenged her to 2 debates, one in Palm Beach and one in Broward County. As of yesterday, her campaign has accepted the challenge. Okay. So now we're in the process of finding the venues. The
venues and the dates?
And the dates.
Okay.
We're running out of time.
Yeah, we are. You have recently, at least as far as I can see recently, been endorsed by SEIU.
Correct.
Given their connections to ACORN and some of the things they've been associated with in the past, accusations of voter fraud and intimidation, does this endorsement concern you at all? Is it one you welcome?
No. You know, first of all, I'm a criminal defense attorney. Okay? And I know that even the Republican Party right now in the state of Florida has a lot of issues questions they need to answer with regard to their voter suppression and the company that they have contracted with to bring in a number of votes that may not be absolutely valid. So I think that this thing is across the board, and if I would judge my friends by their entire background, I'd be sitting at home most of the time.
As you undoubtedly know, the National Rifle Association scores you with an F. I think you've probably been aware of that. Or maybe you are, maybe you're not, but they give you an F. In a state with millions of law-abiding gun owners, and even in this district, is that something that gives you pause? I know that I've understood that you've done some legislation that would maybe unfavorable to gun owners.
So glad you asked that question. I have requested the lobbyist from the National Rifle Association to meet with me in Tallahassee. She has never done so. On the floor of the Senate, I looked at her standing up there in the gallery, and I indicated for her to come on down, that I would meet her outside the chamber. I want to meet with her. I am ready to meet with her at any time. She has never made the effort to sit down and talk with me about her issues about firearms. Houghton Lake, Michigan, my family owned a hunting lodge when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And we used to go out with my dad. I used to go out with my brother. And I had a little .22 rifle. I loved to hunt. We used to hunt rabbits. The men would hunt elk and deer in that area.
Not with a 22.
No, but I had a .22 rifle, and I was trained. But I made a mistake once. As a child, I made a mistake, and I pointed the rifle at my brother.
Oh boy.
My dad took the gun, he broke it over his knee, whooped me across the bottom, and he escorted me back home. And it was months before I could go out again. And I pleaded and I cried. I tried everything I could do. I violated his rules.
Sure, that's the first rule of safety.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And you just said it, because there are rules of safety.
Yep.
And I am all for the Second Amendment. I'm a constitutional law attorney. I respect the Second Amendment. I respect the fact that people need to understand their firearms, be trained in the use of their firearms, and be responsible.
If you win, if you prevail, what are some of the areas that you think you'll focus on? Most important, maybe an order of importance type
Sure.
of thing.
Well, I think one of the most important things that we need to focus on in this state is where do we go with our economy? And I don't believe in going backwards. I think we've turned the corner. Okay, we have this three-legged stool. It's called tourism, economic development, and agriculture. Okay, I think we need one more, Lord. And I think that one of the ideas, not mine, but it was a good idea, is that we get involved more in high tech with regard to medical research.
Yeah, plenty of space for it.
We certainly do, and high tech when it comes to renewable energy, because we have the world's greatest resource of renewable energy right here in Florida, not just solar, but also under the Gulf Stream and cellulosic ethanol, which we have a lot here in the state of Florida. And high tech when it comes to, to computers. We have, I want to keep our state clean of dirty manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we can, and we're in a great location to export.
If you don't prevail,
Uh-huh.
will you plan on running again, or will you pretty much think about retiring? Have you thought that far out?
I'm of the old school
Mhm.
that there's only victory.
Okay,
Failure is no option. I'm going to win.
okay. Final thing then, I'll let you get back to work. Do you have any final comments that you'd like to make to my readers, or anything that you'd like the people to know about Maria Sachs?
I just want them to look me up, to check what I've done, check my website, check Facebook, check Twitter, criticize me, see what things I've done that they don't like, see the things that I have done that they do like, and make the right decision for themselves, for their families, and because this way we're going to get the best kind of legislators who will represent the district, you see.
Maria, thank you very much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.